Yeah,
So what were we saying? I'm sorry.
Man.
so we're racing today because I had a car wreck yesterday.
Oh, really?
You
Oh,
don't know
yeah.
about this?
It's real bad.
Show them. That's
Right.
part of your story.
Right, yeah, I'll tell
Okay.
So,
You had a car wreck. Oh no.
oh yeah, it
Cool
was
car.
bad. The car's pretty much gone. I mean, not like a cool fiery explosion. Like it's just probably damaged beyond repair, unfortunately. But I was coming out onto, which is essentially like a 2-lane road on either side.
Yeah, just get.
Yeah.
Don't give specifics.
And the lane closest to me had stopped, and the dude was waving me on like it was clear. And I could see I was turning left into like the going traffic, and those 2 lanes were clear. I just couldn't see the next lane that was oncoming because all all the cars were blocking it.
Yeah,
And the dude was waving me on like it was clear, and I couldn't see, but I had waited there for a couple seconds and no one was coming. So I was crawling out, maybe going 2-3 miles an hour, and this Chrysler comes out of nowhere going 20, 25 over. And just,
whammy.
yeah.
Over
just-
what?
The speed limit.
Yeah. over
What was the
limit.
speed limit though?
It was like 35.
See,
God
She was
almighty.
going like 50, 55.
Here's the thing about this.
Yeah.
Is you go, this Chrysler came out 20, 25 over.
Right.
Out of
That's
nowhere.
just what I mean. I had someone in the car with me. We both saw that she was speeding. Any car going, hitting us, not moving, is going to be fast.
Keep in
Yeah.
mind,
Yeah.
you were the one who came out of nowhere because this is your fault.
Right. Yeah. It was my fault.
So like,
I'm not
yeah, she
blaming
was
it on anybody.
speeding.
Yeah.
But it was still
Yeah.
your
No,
fault.
I'm not blaming it on anybody. I'm just saying
don't get a settlement
it
or
could have
anything.
not happened had other variables been affected.
Now, was the
Besides
person
my
waving you
bad
Like
on?
you're not pulling out.
Right. Besides my bad
Yeah,
judgment.
yeah, yeah.
Was the person waving you on? Did you ever meet that person? Or
No,
just-
they-
It's all
they
giving the middle
took off,
finger,
yeah.
man. I'm
Okay.
like, fuck.
Yeah,
I bet
I
that
would have slashed
person
her tires and then
was the devil.
stolen their firstborn.
Oh yeah, you think so?
So,
But anyways, I don't. I mean, we can't zoom in on it, but I have the Honda logo imprinted on my hand. What?
Oh, from the
There you go.
man,
Yeah,
from the steering wheel.
yeah. From when the airbag popped out.
yeah, well, that's
That's the only
Unfortunate.
damage any.
The
three of us
airbag
got,
popped
though.
out and shot the cover into your hand and put the logo in you right
Pretty-
there.
it branded
I
me.
kind of wish it had hit you in the forehead.
I just had an H on my forehead.
Killed him.
Wow.
Kind of wish
Hellraiser.
it would have killed you.
So was your first accident?
Oh yeah.
What'd you think?
You want another thrill ride?
Considering no one got hurt, I would say that it could have been far worse than it was.
Yeah.
Definitely. I mean, I don't think I want to like repeat anything. I don't know if I'd recommend it.
He becomes addicted to like car crashes now and just like
I mean, I
seeks
did
them
get
out
a,
wherever he goes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I did get a huge like adrenaline rush.
Oh
Of course,
yeah.
because you
But-
didn't die.
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
Because there was.
Yeah.
there was
Otherwise,
adrenaline
you would have
still
just
intact.
you would have gotten just
See a
the
blank
opposite
state
of an
otherwise.
Of course.
adrenaline rush. What's
Yeah.
that mean?
Flatline.
Flatlining.
Yeah.
John, have you ever been in an accident?
Not while I was driving. There was one time when I was like maybe 8. We were up in New York. It was raining, and this guy ran a stop sign and kind of clipped us. And like we kind of spun a little bit, but like he like spun across the road and like slammed into a light pole.
Damn.
He was alive and fine, but
Yeah.
that's the craziest car accident I've ever been in. I was just in the back seat as a kid. You know?
Chelsea and I got rear-ended a while ago. Like the turning lane got like filled, and so people waiting to turn, were at a stop at the red
Sure.
light, and this maybe 16-year-old girl with her friends like hit us, probably going 30, 40 miles an hour. Lifted our car up off the ground.
Oh wow.
It like broke a couple of Chelsea's fingernails off, and like it was like, oh god.
Yeah, I remember you had your neck and everything.
Yeah, my neck hurt a little bit. I didn't go to the doctor or anything because it was my first wreck, so I didn't do anything right. But everything worked out fine. But my car does rattle in the back now forever, thanks to that stupid idiot little bitch.
The Scion or the Soul?
The Scion, this one
Oh,
right
okay,
here.
wow.
Yeah,
I've been in 3
you've been 3. Tell me about
3
it.
car wrecks. The first one was when I was in middle school. I was on a bus and somebody hit the back of our bus.
Oh no.
Yeah,
Those buses are like full metal though.
Yeah, like,
so it
we-
must
we-
have done nothing to
Yeah,
the bus.
hardly
really.
felt it.
Yeah.
Hardly felt. It was just like I think someone hit our bus.
The bus driver doesn't even know what happened.
Yeah, like I was not saying. I was probably halfway. I wasn't in the back, wasn't in the front. I was probably in the middle.
Sure.
And I remember just being like,
We hit a speed bump or something.
yeah, it was one of those things where like, okay. The second one was probably a quarter mile up the road from where that was.
Where that one was.
Yeah,
Just
and
at Ham Street.
and it was 100% my fault because
Okay.
it was on one of those. It's like stops, yields onto the service road type
Right.
thing.
Yeah, yeah.
And I looked back to see if anyone was coming, and I first looked forward, see if someone's going.
Right.
Looked back, and I didn't look forward again before I accelerated because I thought the car had kept going. So I just
Gotcha.
rear-ended the car in front of me.
Man.
And the other one I've talked about extensively on podcasts and such, which was me running me not seeing the stoplight in downtown Dallas because
That doesn't mean you didn't
on
run
the
it, though.
sides. Yes,
Right.
and I hit a very clearly hit a truck full of people who were not legally in the country, which hit and they hit another vehicle, and that vehicle then hit another vehicle, and the truck that I hit with the
Dominoes.
multiple
Dominoes over here.
yeah with the multiple unlegal people quickly skedaddled and left as fast as they were hit. So it was not a good situation. My insurance rose dramatically.
Yeah.
So
Chelsea once watched a truck with. This sounds horrible. With people that were not legally in the country, hit an old lady.
You can say illegals.
I know,
I think
I
you
know.
can say that. It's okay.
And it really fucked Chelsea up because the lady in the car she was older. She was like in her 60s, and she held the phone to Chelsea, and she told her, "Call my love, call my love,
yeah.
call my love." And her husband's name in the phone was my love. Just
Oh my
like
God.
Did she live or she
I don't
died?
know. Chelsea doesn't know.
Oh,
She
man.
called 911 and helped her, and then she doesn't know what happened after that.
Wow.
Your bus driver story reminded me of something. My bus driver, Mr. Dixon, who may or may not have
Coke addiction.
been a toucher of people.
Oh.
He
Not on
used
an
to-
endearing way. Sorry.
He used to do not in an endearing way.
Yeah.
He used to do this thing called a brake check.
where he
where
gave
he'd-
all the kids bloody noses.
Sure.
No, but not to hurt us.
Okay.
He would do it because every couple of weeks he'd be like, "Hang on, I don't know if the brakes are working. We're doing a brake test." And the kids would go, "Yeah!" Because it meant we were about to go for a ride.
All right.
And so like he would just go about 30 miles an hour and just slam on the brakes. You know, we would all be like, "Here it comes. It's going to happen. Mr. Dixon's doing a brake test. Yeah." And like I mean, it was scary as shit. But just like I remember one time, I remember exactly what road it was on everything. Our bus went,
Oh no. Understand.
and then it like steadied out again. And Mr. Dixon was like, "Yeah." And we were like, "Yeah." Like we were like 15 or some shit.
I imagine you
That's
basically
funny.
like riding a bus straight out of Mad Max.
Yeah. It was so weird.
It reminds me of when we were at the bus stop in elementary school. It was like right next to this creek, and there was this tree that came out of the creek and had these horse apples, crab apples, like the weird, like wormy-looking brain things.
Sure.
Uh-huh.
And so
Yeah.
we would take them, and we would put them on the street where the wheels would run them over.
Sure.
And we did that for like 2 weeks straight, and there's just 2 bus-long, 2 lanes just full of smashed crab apples.
Yeah.
And the bus driver, we always had bad, annoyed bus drivers. I mean,
Well,
I guess
everyone
I can
had
see why
annoyed
now.
nobody
But
had a bus
as a
driver
kid,
that
you're
was
like, why are they always so mean?
You throw shit
But
at him and everything.
she was so pissed, and she's like, "You guys have to clean up those damn apples." Like, and we, of course, the kids never did. Like, one of the parents went
Right.
down with a shovel and shoveled them up.
Oh, okay.
Because like she was like, "I'm slipping. What if I pick you guys up?"
I would love to hear your G1s, your bus stories. Everybody has those bus
Yeah,
stories
yeah.
that they have. Actually, one of the stories one of the things I'm actually most disappointed about with the kids going to with Mackenzie going to elementary school now,
Yeah.
and Madeline almost getting there, is that they will not have a bus to ride.
Why not?
That's good.
Are
Well,
they just too close, or
yeah, well, so
Oh, yeah, I was
now
always too close.
elementary schools were in just the Dallas area. Generally, elementary schools are placed around communities. Not so much they weren't placed in communities built around them.
Yeah.
It's they're built because there's so many kids in this
Yeah.
yeah,
area.
of course.
And so there's only one bus that services the entire elementary school.
Dang.
Which is crazy. And we live close enough to the elementary school that they won't have to ride a bus literally until high school.
They can walk.
They
by
can walk to the
themselves.
middle school. They can
See,
ride their bike to elementary
Yeah.
school.
Yeah, I was always too close for all 3 of my schools.
that's funny.
Like,
Oh, yeah?
I was equal distance from my elementary and middle school, and then by the time I got to high school, like, yeah, I could easily
Yeah, my
walk
middle
there.
school did not have a bus.
I feel like the bus may be a dying commodity. Like
Maybe.
bus going to school. I know at least here, like we'll always need buses from a transportation like
Yeah, yeah.
like team sports and stuff like that, or
Right.
band
Yeah.
or whatever. You will always need buses for that reason. But the idea of transportation to schools based off proximities in neighborhoods and stuff. That may be something, and that makes me a little sad because I feel like buses do build character.
They do. I mean, I can tell you right now, I used to get my ass kicked on the bus all the time.
Yeah.
And I mean, like, legit, like, I'd get beat up. And the reason I cuss is because of the school bus.
Okay.
I guarantee you,
Miss
the
Frizzle.
reason I snapped back so hard is because of the school bus, because it's how I had to defend myself.
You got
That's why I'm like, whoop-ah! With like, that's probably why I'm so defensive is because of the school bus.
Do you remember your school bus numbers?
407, 416, 415.
318. I only had one bus.
Yeah, I had multiple buses.
See, I never had a bus.
multiple
man.
routes.
I don't get
I
my
had
number.
17, 4, 6,
You had
12.
single numbers.
At the end, yeah, totally. Yeah,
That's
there was I think there was 14 buses for my entire school,
Wow.
like
Well,
junior
that's
high,
pretty good.
Yeah.
elementary, and high school.
Oh, total. 14 buses
total.
in the district.
For
was
the
your-
school
Well,
Well,
district.
the high
yeah.
school
Wow.
and middle school were right next to each other.
Yeah. They're all on the same campus.
What was
which
your
is weird?
best field trip?
The best field trip.
Yeah.
Let's hold that for just a
Okay.
second
Alright.
real quick because I want to let you know this episode of the Triad Podcast is brought to you by our friends at Dollar Shave Club. They are the best. They've sponsored us since the start. We greatly appreciate it. Dollar Shave Club.
I need
your
one of that
boys.
shave butter.
You've heard us talk about Dollar Shave Club all the time, especially when we use it with the Dr. Carver's Shave Butter. What's up?
Shave butter.
Oh,
see,
man.
you see this? I'm getting a little scratchy. I might need to use that shave butter.
You
That's
need
right.
to use it tomorrow.
No, we're going to keep it going. But when that comes off, this is Dr. Carver Shave Butter and Dollar Shave Club Razor. So Dollar Shave Club makes products for your hair, your face, your skin, shower, everything you need. I mean, they got me looking good. I look amazing. I'll tell you what. Let's go.
mean-
Look, it's all their own original stuff. And these are the finest premium ingredients. And they deliver it directly to you, just like they do with their razors. That means no more annoying trips to the store, cruising up and down, trying to find this stuff. Where the hell do I got to go? It's okay. It's all right there.
Where the
sent
hell I
directly.
gotta go to get a
Razor
razor?
around here.
Dollar Shave Club. That's it.
It's or any of the other stuff that they supply.
Just your
Look,
mailbox.
now's a
that's all.
great time to give Dollar Shave Club a try. If you haven't already, we've been talking about it for literally over a year. You can get your first month of their best razor, along with the travel size versions of the shave butter, body cleanser, and yes, even the butt wipes for just $5.
One wipe,
Charlie. It's got to be said
after
with
that,
an
replacement
accent.
cartridges
Come on.
ship for just a few bucks a month. It is the Dollar Shave Club starter set, and it's yours for just $5 exclusively at dollarshaveclub.com/tryhard. That's dollarshaveclub.com/tryhard. I strongly encourage you to give it a try. At first, I didn't know about it. I learned about it. I got involved, and you know what? I wouldn't turn back ever again.
It's a life hack.
Hey.
It is a life hack.
Straight up.
If you end up getting a little vial of that lavender body soap, you're in good fortune.
That's right.
All right, that's
go to
some good
dollarshaveclub.com/try. Give it a try. Once again, they support us, so please support them. Okay, so yes, continue.
Yeah,
your-
what was your best field trip you went on? You just got me thinking about buses. That's really the only
USA
time.
to Waco.
Skills USA?
Yeah, it was a Dale Jackson Media
Oh.
Career Center
Yeah.
event with more like the media arts. They would kind of have this nationwide competition, but they would have regionals, statewide,
Right.
and the
Why was it the
regionals-
best? Was it because you were riding the bus, or just because the event was cool?
Well, we took cars to get there.
Oh.
But you were
Yeah,
ask-
that's
you were
high
ask-
school at that
You were
point.
asking about
Yeah, just field trip,
just
yeah.
field trip in general.
Yeah.
But no, just the camaraderie, basically every night we had the girls' room and the boys' room,
Uh-huh.
and every night we would just get together and just play Guitar Hero, and we were all really close at the time, and just best high school memories.
Just get to hang out. So it's like living in a dorm for a couple days.
Yeah, you get to hang out. Then we kicked ass at this
This
quiz
event?
bowl. That's the reason I was able to physically go. I joined the quiz bowl so I could go and see my short film get shown. But it was just a great
Quiz
time.
bowl.
The quiz bowl.
I don't even
Yeah,
know
it
what
was
that
it was just like a trivia contest, and somehow we managed to win that one.
Nice.
We failed at the state in Corpus
Oh.
Christi, but
suck.
whatever. Waco was a better trip, anyways. It was a lot
Yeah.
of fun.
What about you,
Ironically,
Bolen?
it was Waco, but
Waco's fun.
All track meets. All track meets.
Track meets? Just
Oh, yeah.
In general?
Track
'Cause
meets
you were
were-
good?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't leave a track meet without a medal.
Oh, easy. Wow.
No, it's just it's a small district and
Is it because they gave one to everybody? Or what?
no, I mean gold, silver, bronze.
Whoa.
That's it. Yeah. I probably have a dozen gold medals in my
And they're not really
house.
gold, though. They're just plated.
They're gold, idiot.
They're solid.
They're not real gold. They're real buffalo nickels.
I don't think that they
Buffalo
would
nickel.
plate it in real gold there.
No, but the district was small. I was good at shot and discus, and it was just fun to hang out. That's where Game Tech Pride comes from. The track meets. I used to bet on the runners with Eagle Pride that I just made up. It's like 10
funny.
Eagle Pride.
so you're a gambler at heart.
Huh?
You're a gambler at heart.
Yeah, I guess
keep
so.
him away
You
from
gonna go to
Vegas. I'll
Windsor?
tell you what.
But yeah, just being there at night with the girls was awesome.
I think.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
No. But I never like had a girlfriend in track or anything like that. But
you didn't need one.
watch me
Yeah.
run.
Well,
ran the
girlfriends are
we did a
long-term,
fat man
so.
relay one time. That was awesome. I was the second leg and I had the fastest time because I was the shortest distance to run. Why do you keep making those faces?
Because we know what happens at track.
Track.
No, this isn't.
Hey, track and field is just like band. We know that.
This
Let's
isn't.
go.
This isn't.
Get out your trombone.
This
Let's
isn't
go.
a mission trip.
I play trombone.
where there was constant fingering all the time on those school buses. Golly.
Okay.
Oh.
What? Oh, come
Golly.
on! Every time there was like a school mission trip with like the
Mission trip.
yeah,
What
like
mission trip are you talking about? I have
For
no
your
idea what
school
you're talking
or church?
like all the Christian kid groups. Like they
Right.
would like they'd go on mission trips and then they'd come back with like it'd just be nothing but stories about dick sucking and hand jobs on the school.
Oh, of
buses.
course. Yeah, I went to camp.
You went to regular camp at hand jobs
No, Christian camp. That was Christian camp.
about. Really?
Oh yeah.
Wait, are these
All those sexually repressed teenagers.
Are
Do
they-
not.
Yeah.
Are these like? Is this legit?
Yes.
This is. Oh, this.
No,
yeah,
no, no.
this is
I'm
legit.
asking you, Parker. You went to these camps. Did
Yeah,
any of
I
this
went to
happen
these
you?
camps. Like they had preteen camp and then they had youth camp.
But I want to know, like,
It was-
did any of this happen to you while you're there, or did you
We
just
don't need to
hear
talk about that.
No, we do because it's a podcast. We talk about these things. We're an open book here. Did anything happen to you? All you just say yes or no. Did anything happen?
Yes.
To you? Okay.
That's the word. Any parent that sends their kid on a field trip and they're teenagers, no matter what the subject,
You're sending them off to have sex.
it could be, especially if it's abstinence. You're sending them off like
Sending them off. That's a good one. You are sending them off.
I mean, like, I'm not a dad yet, but I am realistic, and I will give our G1s and yourself some fatherly advice. Don't send your kids anywhere with other kids. Ever.
Don't send them to school. Don't do it.
Don't send them anywhere.
You know, that's something that like I know. I remember what it was like.
Yeah.
Right? Like it's one of those. There's no way.
It's so scary.
But all my field trips, I think outside of like we went to like a camp in like 5th grade, and that was one of those like
Cam Nola or
camp,
whatever.
It was Camp Klassen for me.
Yeah.
It was up in
Camp
Oklahoma.
what?
Camp
Klassen?
Klassen.
Oh yeah, Camp Klassen.
Yeah.
Remember that?
It was just one of these things where
Mine
you
sucked.
go up for a week and you know it's
Yeah.
like it teaches you how to camp or something
Ours
like that.
were awful.
Hard-
we only
hardly.
stayed for like an afternoon.
Maybe-
And they gave us like stupid hot dogs and
Maybe that's what it
salad.
was.
That was no, because
Camp
my
Klassen
sister
was
got
like
to
a-
stay for a whole week.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Camp Klassen
Yeah.
was like a whole week. It was like the big trip in
I
5th grade.
didn't.
They don't do it anymore with like Flower Mound Elementary
Yeah.
or anything.
Oh, really?
Sucks.
Yeah, they stopped. But yeah, they sent mine was like during like the freezing cold like months, and so like all the
That's
walks
stupid.
and stuff were just terrible, and like kids were crying, and like,
Well, yeah,
like,
that's
it's
just
just so
pretty standard.
cold.
It's cold.
And we couldn't go swimming or like canoeing or anything, and like
Sure.
it really sucked.
Oh,
All the
man.
camping stuff was off limits.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
cold.
It was just
funny.
cold
Yeah.
outside. We had to do it.
You go to Sky Ranch?
I think it was
Burger?
Sky Ranch. It was bad.
That was fun. That's the only like co-ed thing I ever went on.
Yeah.
Like for me, you know, there was a ton of basketball games and things like that,
Yeah.
sporting events. But the one that's really stuck out to me was it's always the long trips that you remember the most,
Yeah.
right? Like when I was in school, even as close as all the schools are now, we had a school in our district that was 3 hours away. And it was up in Wichita Falls from here, which is
Yeah.
a 3-hour drive.
You were in LASD, weren't you?
Yeah.
Dang.
They went to
Yeah, it's not
Marcus.
there anymore.
And we had to drive up to Wichita Falls Ryder, which is 3 hours away. And I just remember on the way there, you know, number one, it's a long ass bus trip, and we did not have iPods, iPhones, anything
Yeah.
like that.
CD players.
So yeah, I think CD players are like too big to bring. You know, like it's one of those
Really?
things where like the coach wouldn't allow you to bring that stuff. That's that pamphlet from that guy.
Yeah.
Get that
Um,
CD
yeah.
player out of here,
It's
kid.
still-
But
Yeah.
he, I remember after the game, or maybe it was before the game, we got to go stop at a place to get chicken fried steak.
Hell yeah.
And that was like, yeah, this trip's awesome.
Yeah.
You know,
Nice.
like this is the best. We're going, and anytime we got a free food for going
oh
anywhere,
yeah.
like
The
heck
school
yeah.
paid for your food.
Yeah.
Like what?
Yeah, I was like, what?
That's
Are you kidding me?
crazy.
They paid $150 for us to eat. What?
Yeah.
You know, that's insane.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And you know, any sort of tournament that was not close. Those are the things that I truly remember.
yeah,
the most.
and that's why I like track meets so much because it's in the country. Like
Everything's far away.
Everything was 40 minutes away.
Yeah.
To like an hour.
Yeah.
See, we went to Austin for our 7th grade field trip.
Oh wow.
What?
We went to the Capitol. It was for like our history class.
Okay.
Yeah, and we went to like the museums and stuff, and that was dope. Just because that was like the farthest I think I went for a school trip. That or in 8th grade we went to Kentucky for archery.
What?
But that was just the archery team.
Okay, so that wasn't like a because there's no
school-wide.
archery team that's in the school. That's like you were in some sort of club that just happened to be with
No,
other.
I mean it was the school.
My school had an archery and a shooting
There was a,
club.
what?
Yeah.
What is this?
You had a gun club at school?
Yeah.
Oh my God! And how old are you?
We didn't have a gun club, and we were in the.
We had a
Yeah,
skeet shooting
like,
club.
was this a there was a gun club in middle school?
skeet shooting?
High school.
Yeah.
What? No.
And this was, I
No.
graduated 2013, so this was fairly
Yeah.
recent. too.
No, stop talking, Chase.
There's
You're
a skeet shooting
depressing
club
me.
at Marcus now.
You're depressing
You
me.
know how big my
You didn't know that?
No, either way.
Whoa,
Yeah.
Chase. Okay, we get it. You got a big school,
stop
son.
bragging, Chase. all right?
Easy.
Do you know how big my school was?
How big was your school, Chase?
My class was like 1,500.
Did you go to Allen?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
okay,
Yeah.
yeah,
Well,
okay.
your football
It's like
stadium
the biggest,
sucks.
It's like the biggest school in the world.
What's up with like the passive aggressiveness there?
Parker
Oh,
High School.
yeah.
is
School
over.
com-
Yeah, because we were always enemies with Allen.
You're long gone. Like it's one of those things where you may have been
Let it
enemies
go,
with Allen,
Parker.
We worked
But-
like 5 minutes from the school.
but they were not enemies with you, Parker. It's one of those things where you had a rivalry that they did not acknowledge. So.
What, Allen? We did better than them in state usually.
Whoa.
Oh,
Easy.
man, high
This
school
is
rivalry.
this is your old high school, and you're just freely letting it go.
Yeah,
like
do you
it
think
was nothing to
hey,
you?
you know what the biggest 4 years of just inconsequential bullshit are?
What?
High school.
Yeah, but it was
like
fun.
nobody cares about what you did in high school.
No, I'm not saying that.
I'm
but
not
like,
Uncle Rico over here, like wondering if only the coach put me in. I'm pretty good with what I've done in my life.
only the coach
And,
puts you
like
Yeah, no, but like when I meet kids at like UNT,
Wait a minute.
like,
Let's dive a little into Craig right here. He seems like he's harboring.
no, not at all. No, it's still
towards the
relevant to Parker.
Yeah, I know. I know.
This is the
I know.
generation
Keep it on.
difference here.
It hasn't laid over yet.
Yeah.
no,
Like
I'm not
Park-
saying high school was the best 4 years of my life by any means. I'm
no,
just saying
Screw
that, like,
Allen.
Yeah,
Yeah, by the way, Allen go F themselves.
but yeah, like
Damn Eagles.
when I meet people at UNT and they're like, "Oh yeah, I grew up in Flower Mound. I went to Flower Mound High." I'll be like, "Oh God," because you just have that fun. Like it's something to talk about.
I
that you
never
went to
had
different
school
schools.
pride.
Oh,
Really?
man, you were upper middle class, and you were even more upper middle class. Ugh.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's petty. It's not
God,
real.
So jokey.
It's not like my
So
box's
jokey.
crisis,
so jokey.
but
It's gross. Ugh.
So jokey.
it's something to talk about.
Hey, speaking of field trips, I don't know if I've talked about this before, but my senior year, before the football season started, our center named Michael, he was like a small guy, but he'd just put everyone on their back because his form was flawless, like,
Okay.
All right.
like he was pancaking people from New Diana, and they were like,
Oh, I thought you meant like he was literally putting people on his back to carry
no,
them
no, no,
around.
no,
'Cause he
no.
had
I
good
mean,
form.
Okay.
I mean, like he could block anybody
Okay.
just because he could put his hands in the right place.
I don't know
and all
your
this shit.
your football lingo.
No, you're good. You're
Super
good.
Bowl,
Pancake.
Tony Romo, Brett
But,
Favre.
Brett Favre.
Those are the lingo I know on the footballs.
But me and him went to this lineman camp, this football offensive lineman camp in Nacogdoches. Cost like $300, right?
Sounds like PC.
Dang.
And my aunt let me go, or paid for me to go, and because I was gonna be a pro football player and everything.
Oh yeah.
But god damn, I thought it was gonna be just the funnest thing ever, like hanging out in dorms and stuff.
Man, you go through hell in those
And
camps.
It's like, no, you're gonna train like college athletes 3 times a day.
Yeah.
For 7 days.
Yeah, you're just
you
gonna
get
your ass
you get
kicked.
you get 21 college practices.
Mm-hmm.
You wake up at 7 and you go to 12. Then you go from like 3 to 7, and then you went from like 8 to midnight.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Wow.
And then you woke up the next morning after like 6 hours of sleep and did it all over again in August, like in July.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's all super hot
And-
and crap.
And that's one of those things where it's like, I have no clue how I did that.
Sure.
Just
sure.
looking back on it.
Oh, like
just-
doing it right now.
It
like
was
if you were to go back?
absolutely miserable.
That's like, those BuzzFeed does all those videos that are like, we spent 30 days doing 100 push-ups. We spent a week
They're great
training
videos.
for
Great
the
idea.
WWE.
Yeah.
You're like, we spent a week training for the WWE. Like I saw
Right.
one yesterday. We spent a week training for WWE.
Uh-huh.
And like, these are these things. Like, I've always thought it'd be funny. There was the show a few years back. The Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader type
Yeah.
thing. Like, I would love to see somebody actually attempt to Billy Madison, like a school system, and actually take 12 weeks or whatever it was, or 24 or whatever it is, 6 weeks.
Yeah.
And you have to go through and try to Billy Madison the school by going from 1st to 12th grade.
Yeah.
Lane Gibson at Rooster Teeth tweeted a picture of him, like at a kindergarten for some reason.
All right.
And I when I saw that, I was like, I bet they have a show where Blaine Gibson goes.
No, I think it's $1 million butt thing.
Oh, it's $1 million butt thing.
that would make
Okay, good.
sense.
I was like, oh man, I bet Rooster Teeth has a show where they're gonna Billy Madison it. Because I was thinking that'd be an interesting show.
Yeah,
Blaine
for
Gibson would be like the perfect person to do a Billy Madison thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's make it.
We should make that.
Can
we
we
should
talk?
make the show.
We
Who's
have
going?
we have to be in charge of Madison Hotels to pull those kind
The
of strings.
thing about that, and you, number one, you're accurate. Number two, you have to get. It's not as easy as let's make a show. It's you have to get number one. You have to get. There's so many politics. You got to get the school board behind it. Parents are going to be uncomfortable with you being around kids.
Yeah,
and it's like one of those things where.
Of course, after they see you and me play video games
yeah,
together,
yeah,
that ain't happening.
for sure. And these are
That
things
ain't
like
happening.
no, but seriously, these are things that I have to like seriously think about now because I'm coaching my 5-year-old soccer team. Right?
Oh, nice.
It's a 3-on-3 soccer team.
Nice transition, Craig. That was flawless.
Yeah, that was
Absolutely
good.
perfect.
Well, man, I'm not
didn't even see
transitioning
it
anything
coming.
outside of that, but these are the things I do need to worry about because I am positive one of those parents is going to look me up and say like, "What is this evil Craig?
Yeah.
Tell me about this. What do you do for a living? You sure do say a lot of bad things. You want to coach my kid?"
Yeah.
Like, and I have to be like, "No, you need to
man.
understand. Like,
Oh my
this
God,
is,
this
we're
kinda
just having fun. This is entertainment,
Yeah.
And unlike I don't get to see what they do for a living. They get to see what I do for a living.
Yeah.
Right.
And some may say that's not fair. It is what it is. It's the life I've chosen. You
Yeah.
know. So
It's the life I live
it
for.
is
It's the
what it
life I
is.
live.
But at the same time, like I have to consciously think about those things now.
Right.
Because I'm at a point in my life to where I'm going to be around other kids and their parents. And
I like that you said other kids.
And it could
Other
affect
kids and their parents.
Yeah.
it could affect.
Other kids like me and their parents.
And
But
their
I mean, it's things I got to think about, which is
Yeah.
silly. So I don't know. It's important.
Man,
you know?
I'll tell you, my soccer coach, 5th grade, was a cholo. And I don't mean that because I'm racist. I mean, imagine a cholo.
What is a cholo?
What's a cholo?
A Mexican
Parker?
gangster. Or
Okay.
Hispanic
Oh, okay.
gangster. Like,
Is
imagine, just
Is
imagine
that
a
like
cholo.
is that a term that is not supposed to be used, or is
No,
that a
but
common-
like people might think like I'm stereotyping,
Are we
which
gonna
I'm
have to
not.
kill this recording?
No.
Because that was horrible?
No.
Okay.
But
Just making sure.
there was a Mexican gangster that was my soccer coach from 4th to 5th grade. And
oh, my God.
he was the nicest guy.
Oh, I bet.
But he didn't, he was tatted up fully, like head
Yeah,
to toe. And like his
I'm
appearance
Hispanic
just did
with
not,
tattoos.
his appearance just did not match his personality.
Sure.
Like he would be organizing like who's bringing snacks that week, and he was doing like everything like like a normal soccer coach, but just his appearance was like very threatening.
Especially as a kid.
Yeah.
no, for sure.
Oh yeah. Well, and I'm gonna go to our first practice on Thursday, and like I've been doing all sorts of reading and watching videos on how to coach
Right.
essentially 5-year-olds.
That aren't your own children.
What's that?
That aren't your own children.
Yeah, exactly.
Because you have your own dialogue with your
Well,
own kids.
I mean, I'm gonna treat like one thing that people have always told me about my kids that I treat them like they're bigger. I speak
Yeah.
to them like they're adults.
Sean saw me talk to my niece and nephew as if they were.
I kind of want to talk to you about how you talk to your niece and nephew.
Oh
Golly.
no! What happened? John
I'm
using
the
that adult
stern
language?
uncle.
God, John's just like, don't touch that. Don't. Go away. Why don't you go watch something?
Well,
No, it's cool. Whatever.
There's one thing. There's there's talking to a kid. Then there's just not knowing how to talk to a kid. Right? Right?
And I've got
John,
both
you
of
seem
those.
so
And it
impatient
sounds
with
like John has no idea how to talk to a kid.
I think he does. He's just super impatient.
With those two, yes. Sorry, sister. Your children are wonderful.
But I hate them.
goddamn.
All right.
Golly.
You need to learn some kid skills.
John,
John.
you were a kid
I got
once.
I got a question. Why you? Like, why did you have to sell yourself to these other parents to be the soccer coach?
Oh, the coach?
Yeah.
No. The
one
selling
wants to do
was they said the league reached out and said, "Hey, we need some more coaches. Would you be open to coach? And if you coach, your kid will definitely play."
Okay.
So I said, "Yeah, absolutely." And
Gotcha.
like because there weren't enough coaches, and if there's not enough coaches, they got to cut kids from the league.
Yeah.
Right.
So I said, yeah, of course I'll coach.
This is a 3-on-3 soccer game.
Yeah, yeah.
How do you do 3-on-3? Like
It's
one
like a
goalie,
tiny
one
little.
defender.
No, there's no goalie. There's no goalie.
Oh, that
Yeah.
makes it so easy.
Yeah,
But the
this
net
just,
is small.
Yeah, but they're
Yeah,
also
it's-
like
it's a
you know
tiny little
children.
thing.
Yeah.
I'm just imagining playing on like the World Cup field.
Like
You are.
this is
They get tired and lay down.
yeah.
halfway
it's-
halfway through getting there. Yeah.
It's 20 yards wide, 30 yards.
Right,
You know,
yeah,
so
it's
it's
a
like
tiny field.
it's super tiny. And
Do they play at the same fields as the older kids?
No,
Oh, okay.
no. This is like
That's a field size, the 20
Play
by
it in
30.
like
Yeah,
a
yeah.
park.
Right.
so
Okay.
it's super small. They just pop up some nets, and it's one of those things where it's like they score their own goal, big deal. Who cares? Like as
Yeah.
long as they're learning basics, like how not to just punt the ball every time they kick it. They got to
Or
control
hurt each other.
the ball.
Right.
How not to run into each other.
Yeah.
Things like that.
Yeah.
And that's why they play 3-on-3. Is that they don't want it to be like a
you-
chicken coop running around.
Do you think this environment is safe from the sideline hecklers?
No, absolutely not.
It's
Yeah.
worse.
As a matter of fact, that's one of the conversations I get to have with the parents tomorrow. Is like, look, when your kids are with me, they're with me, and they're not with you. And you go do what you need to do, but you're not yelling at your kids. That's
Oh
my
my
job.
God.
My
Yeah.
job is to coach. Your,
I
your
have
job is
some-
to sit.
Yeah.
I have
you know?
some great home videos of that my mom would film of me playing soccer, and my friend Tyler that was on the team. He had probably the most passionate parents on the team.
I mean, biggest dicks.
Yeah, like you, and they weren't mean most
were
of the
pieces of
time.
shit.
Yeah, but you could always hear them on the home videos. Like if you were watching them
Oh,
of me
sure.
playing soccer, like you could always hear Sharon and Brian, I believe, were their names.
That's how my mom was at football games. Even she wouldn't yell for me, but she'd be like, "Come on, Eagles!" Like
Sure,
really
sure,
super
sure.
loud.
Come on,
That's
Well,
different than like.
Oh no, yeah, it was Tyler.
Yeah.
Get over there.
Damn it, Sean! Yeah, that is different.
hell?
Well, and that's the thing is I went to this coaches meeting last week, and they're like, you need to be able to control your parents, and you need to make sure you have that conversation with your parents immediately.
That's the challenge.
Yeah.
And that is the challenge. And like, I got an email from a parent who's like, look, and he's telling me about his like
gonna
life
be
story and his
passionate.
situation with his wife, and he's
Oh,
like,
God.
I'm gonna try to get my ex-wife to do this, and blah blah blah, and I was like, okay.
I'm here for
You know,
the
like
kids.
everybody's situation is different. I don't care about your ex-wife. You
Right.
know, like
Yeah.
so it's like I'm already getting to that, and that honestly, that one email made me appreciate coaching that much more and coaches, because people talk about like, well, the coach, the pro football coach didn't do this, or the college football, or the high school football
Sure.
coach, but all the like I have my sister's brother, or my sister's husband is a pro football, is a high school football coach at a big school out in West Texas. And like, yeah, there's the X's and O's, but the politics attached to it and all
Oh,
the
yeah.
extra crap attached to
Yeah.
it makes you appreciate it that much more.
Could you
And,
imagine being a coach at the collegiate level?
like, not even. It's you're CEO, right?
Yeah.
And you're just trying to manage things.
Yeah. Do
But
you think it'd be harder to coach at college or in the NFL? Politically speaking.
politically, college.
Yeah.
Because you got to deal with boosters and all that other
Yeah,
stuff. and-
yeah.
Yeah.
Grades, too. Yeah, good call.
Like,
Yeah.
and I would say it's probably even harder to coach high school. For
You
sure.
think so?
Yeah, absolutely. Because you're doing.
I think
all,
you have
all
more
the same
job
stuff.
security in high school, though.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You got to teach PE or health or whatever, but
And God.
it's just I don't know. It's fascinating. The coaching just as a whole. I haven't even coached to practice yet,
yeah.
but just dealing with tiny things like that already is like,
Right.
man, that's crazy. I did have something I want to talk about this week though.
What's up?
That something that I'm actually really excited and proud of.
Okay.
And I have no relation to at all.
Okay.
Right?
The Han Solo movie?
No. Yesterday, and this is once again we record on Wednesday, guys. Yesterday, SpaceX launched
A car.
not just a car,
Sorry,
but
Musk's
Falcon
own-
Heavy
Yes.
is what it was called.
Falcon Heavy?
It's
It was
called
called
Falcon
Falcon
Heavy.
Heavy.
Sounds like a Metal Gear Solid boss.
Oh, it looks it,
Yeah,
too.
it did. It looks like it. Did you see anything
yeah,
about
yeah.
this?
Oh, yeah, I watched.
Did you watch this, John?
No, not yet.
Did you know anything about this?
I know somewhat about it.
Okay, so
Some of the test
SpaceX.
They launched Elon Musk's Roadster into space.
Well, the reason
As
why
the
they did that
payload.
was because it was to simulate the cargo, the weight of
Right.
the cargo that
Yeah.
they're going to have.
And
Right?
it just so happened to be one of their own products.
Yes,
Of
of course.
They already
It's
have it.
brilliant
Yeah.
tie-in, right?
I know.
But so Elon Musk, who's heading up SpaceX, I don't know anything about SpaceX and Elon Musk. I just know that they're doing things that NASA never could, right?
Yes.
And they're doing things that NASA won't do right now,
Well,
which
yeah,
is
because
actually
They don't have
challenging us
money.
to move to past the moon, to Mars, and
Yeah, the government shut down NASA's funding.
Yeah, exactly. So like they're doing things that NASA can't do, right? So
I like this
they launched this rocket into space. This is the most futuristic year 2018 rocket
It's
you
the most
can look at,
advanced rocket we have on the planet.
and the heaviest rocket.
Yes.
Right?
How much did it weigh?
Hence Falcon Heavy.
It was I don't know how much, but it was a test rocket for when they actually, I think, do a manned shipment up there, up on the way to Mars or whatever. So I think that was the idea. It was essentially a practice.
And it was, let's point out, the first successful rocket launch with reusable.
Rockets. The rockets
Rocket
came back
thrusters.
down and landed.
Yeah, reusable
Yes, the
The
thrusters.
thrusters that they ditched, they just came right back down. It was
So
nuts.
that was the most fascinating thing about it.
Right.
You know the
was-
rockets that they go, they
Yeah,
fall
yeah.
off the ship?
I know that's been a big part of their earlier
These just-
test was bringing the rocket back down
Yeah.
safely. So.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
cool.
And
And so
they
they're two
landed
side
right next
thrusters.
to each other. And I swear to God, while watching this, I watched the entire live stream in the archive of it.
Sure.
The excitement that they had, the host, the knowledge that they had, and being able
Right.
to tell you what was happening as
those rockets came down.
as so stupid and easy, like as my tiny little brain can comprehend. They
Right.
did a great job making you feel invested in it and telling you why this was important. And you could just hear people screaming and so happy that this was
Yeah.
the things that they've spent so much time on, so much money on to make this happen. And I swear to God, when I watched those two thrusters land next to each other, I teared up because I was like, this is so cool. This is a monumental moment. And the fact that they're pushing and they're like, there's no red tape attached to this.
Right.
There's no government saying they can't do this, tied to budgets and stuff.
Yeah.
This is like, that was awesome to me. And it says, wow, who knows what's going to happen in 30 years?
We're just that little bit closer to Iron Man suits.
I mean, there's people say that like the lightsaber and all this stuff is a reality now.
I don't
It's just-
think a lightsaber is the most practical application of
no,
fictional things to bring to life.
But they're saying all
Like,
those
yeah.
things in
awesome.
sci-fi.
Oh yeah. No,
All those sci-fi weapons they
Right,
say
yeah.
can happen, and they do have the technology to make them happen. They
Yeah.
just don't.
Hey, speaking of,
But-
go
ahead.
ahead. You finish.
I was just gonna say I was legitimately so proud to watch that.
To be a human being.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is something that is happening on U.S. soil by an entrepreneur who is investing his own money because he believes in the future.
Not only that, he encouraged competition after like the successful launch. He was like, I really think like we should have another space race. Like that was good for our economies. That was good for the advancement of our technology. And so he was like, encouraging people to like, basically outdo SpaceX.
Yeah, I think that's great.
Yeah.
That's fascinating. And like, just the idea of I would love what I found the most fascinating thing about it was the live streams that they had. They had a shot of the Tesla out with a essentially a dummy in a spacesuit,
Right.
looking like he's driving this car, and they had this live stream going that showed Earth and everything, and it showed the thrusters leaving, and they had all these cameras set up, which were live streaming down to YouTube, and I think it was like 50 million people watched it yesterday.
Yeah.
Something like that, and that's amazing to me.
That's great.
And it was one. I was just so stinking proud and excited to see what happens, and just being able to live stream from. I think that's something that I think people would love to see now. Is we have the technology clearly to take off in one, like say Cape Canaveral, and live stream that entire trip to the moon.
Yeah.
Like you wonder if we could live stream that entire trip, so people be like,
There could be a channel.
and some people will be like, yeah, some people don't believe the moon landing happened. Okay, that's fine. Pictures, shadows, whatever.
Some people don't think the Earth is round.
Well,
Well,
exactly.
that's the thing. I mean, right
Some
now
people
you
don't
can.
think the Holocaust
but you can prove these things.
Yeah.
I'll
by
say
saying-
right now there's a 24-hour live stream of the International Space Station,
Yeah.
and there's still flat earthers that
We've
all
we've
fake.
had the flat Earth
Yeah.
conversation before on TriAr.
Right.
but
Yeah.
It's fucking
Anyways,
wild.
it was. I was just so excited to see that happen, and I don't know if that like hit you guys in the fields yesterday, but it did for me.
It was a good moment.
in a major way.
Yeah.
Like, and it just goes like got me super interested in SpaceX, and they finished their broadcast saying like, if you want to work for SpaceX, email careers@spacex.com or whatever it was, and it was
Sure.
like saying, look, we're doing awesome things here. Come join us.
Yeah.
I think that's really cool. So why is Beats by Dre your currency in that?
That's the logo. This.
That's
Oh.
funny.
You know what I want to talk about now?
Sure.
How fucking crazy Tom Cruise is.
Oh, okay.
You
Oh,
see
hell
that?
I haven't seen anything.
I've never seen a Tom Cruise movie.
Come
I've never seen a
Impossible.
Mission Impossible movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I don't have any desire to see Mission Impossible movies.
They're
Don't you like
okay.
fun?
I do.
I honestly I don't like them all that much.
Once again, it's because I missed the first one. They're like 6 deep now.
No, you don't. You don't really like. So if you're like Sean and myself, you will love to watch them in order and pick up the little things. But otherwise, you don't need to see them all in chronological order. You can just pick up any one of them and be like, okay, I'm having a great time.
Uh-huh.
If you've seen all of them, then like yes, like oh, I noticed that. Oh, that's the character from the last one.
And Tom
Cool.
Cruise is fucking crazy. So there you go. There's the other thing. he's a loony bin.
That's part of why those movies are awesome.
I don't
No,
know.
that-
Yeah, I
that's
don't know.
character.
So is Nick Cage, but I watch every Nick Cage
his-
movie.
Like in the movie, his
Yeah.
character, like
I'm saying Tom Cruise as a whole. You talking about Ethan Hawke? Is that his name? Ethan Hawke?
yeah,
that's
yeah.
an actor. Ethan Hunt is his name.
Ethan Hunt. I don't
Like in the
know.
movies, his cohorts are like, "Wow, you are fucking crazy."
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
but he gets the job done.
Okay.
he does.
So,
I don't
so
know.
what are you
I
so
just,
excited about this?
like,
Well, for one, Henry Cavill's in it, and he looks huge.
Wait,
He's got a mustache.
why are you like turned off?
I feel sad for you.
Why?
I want you to watch Mission Impossible.
I'm happy. I'm content with my choices, sir.
I know.
See, I don't like Mission Impossible, but I also
Did
don't
you only
like...
watch the second one?
No, I've watched like... I don't even think I ever watched the second one. I watched one after I watched 3 and 4. And I don't care.
Why are you
But,
sighing? You just said you can watch anyone at any time and
Yeah.
go back. Like, why are you?
I'm not sighing about the order he watched them in.
But
I'm
I also
sighing
don't
'cause
like
it's
Jason
You
Bourne.
guys are such
See?
movie snobs. It's
Yeah.
ridiculous.
No, it's just like they're
Action
just,
movie
They're
snobs.
so fun.
It's
they're
not-
like
like,
they're
those
like
aren't even,
definition of a good
like-
time.
like it's not about action movies. It's about just fun movies. Like
Yeah.
I love fun movies.
See,
Yeah,
for
yeah,
me, like, if I want fun action, it's going to be something from Fast and the Furious. Because I need a little bit of unrealism. And I know there's some of that in Mission Impossible, but most of that stuff he does.
yes,
So,
That's why it's
eh,
awesome.
that's
yeah,
why
it's fine.
great.
But, like, I don't know. I always like the little bit of fantasy element. More
Anyways.
fantasy. Like, I'm obviously more of a fan of fantasy films than action films. But
Sean,
don't
continue.
know.
I want to talk
Yeah,
about this.
yeah. Please
go
continue
ahead.
talking
What did
about
Tom
it.
Cruise
No,
do this time?
nothing. He just learned. He just
Reset. I love Mission Impossible. It's
Ah.
the best.
oh, cool, man.
Good.
In the new one, Tom Cruise basically crammed 20,000 hours of helicopter flight experience into a couple of months, and he
Sounds about
he
right.
does an entire helicopter chase himself.
They rigged up cameras to the helicopter to look in, to like show firsthand, like yes, this is indeed Tom Cruise flying in this helicopter,
And
doing
spiraling
these
out of
crazy,
control.
dangerous helicopter stunts.
And,
And
he
op-
also controls all the cameras on his helicopter while he's flying and acting. At
While
the same
other
time.
helicopters are chasing him.
Yeah, and there was 13 helicopters in the air during the shoot.
That's awesome.
It's
Yeah.
totally sweet.
Yeah. Sounds great.
It's fucking badass.
Okay. So that's what you're excited about? Are you excited about this action scene?
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
excited about the whole movie.
Yeah.
It looks like a lot of fun.
Yeah, looks like a
It's
good
Tom
time.
Cruise.
Why are you being like this?
Because Tom Cruise also drives motorcycles and spins out cars.
Does all his own stunts.
Yeah,
No, this
he's
is-
a cool dude.
I figured it out. You're upset because you want to be Tom Cruise, and because I don't really care about Mission Impossible. That makes
Well, you haven't
feel...
even seen it yet.
Yeah,
I've seen.
I
the
don't think his
trailer.
opinion's going to change that much. If
Yeah,
he
like
sees it.
I just like.
I saw the trailer for Taken 3. It was an awesome movie based on that trailer.
Yeah.
I don't even like
dude,
Taken
so
that
what?
much.
Like, I'm not like.
You gotta sit down and watch. Mission Impossible 4 is like the most fun.
You guys get so offended
not
when we haven't seen
offended.
movies that you like.
No, it's not even that. It's just like you're just like I don't know. I never want to see it.
And no, I didn't say that. I just said I just
You-
don't really have
He
much
just
interest in
has
seeing
it.
it.
Yeah.
I think you would
It's
have
kind
a
of the
great
same
time.
thing.
We should watch
Yeah,
it.
that's the hurtful part.
Yeah.
That's the.
Yeah. We want to share this wonderful
He
experience with you.
goes into this power down mode here, where he's just gonna focus on the games
I
now
just-
because I didn't.
I
'cause
just
don't
wish-
like
it's
like-
Ethan
it's like,
Hunt.
you
I
know,
wish
it-
we liked more of the same stuff sometimes.
Yeah.
We like so much of the same stuff,
we
but just
don't.
because
Oh
I
my
haven't
God.
seen Mission Impossible doesn't mean you need to be upset.
No, I just
It's a
wish you
big
got
one, though.
as excited for
He
more
got
stuff.
let down because it's like you're so excited about like hey check this awesome thing I found. Oh, what's it about? Oh, it's about soccer. Oh, I really don't care about soccer.
I think it's like
No,
it's
tell me
like
anyways.
It's okay.
I think it's like you get really excited about Nintendo, right?
Occasionally.
No,
All
For
the time.
No, like you're. I know you don't like being called a Nintendo guy, but you're such a Nintendo
I'm
guy.
a Nintendo guy.
And like I feel like I get excited about like almost 90% of everything that happens, and you're just like, It's okay, I guess. I feel like we have that relationship with virtually everything.
I feel like you just
And
want
that
me to
makes
be
me
you.
sad.
I feel like you want me to be a second Bolen, but I'm not. And that's the beauty of our relationship is that you're not me and I'm not you, and we like different things. I think that's great. That's the beauty of friendship, and that's why, like, if we were all the same, it'd be so boring.
How much time we got?
As much time as we want. It's a
Yeah.
podcast.
Speaking of the beauty of friendships,
Booty of friendship.
the booty of
He about to
friendships.
talk
that
about his
beauty-
I don't want to hear
Yeah.
about your trips to Waco, John. All right?
No,
Yeah.
not even about that.
Those camps you've been to also.
Oh yeah. I was like,
I
wait,
never went to
what?
those camps.
Oh, okay. You never
Um,
went? Oh man, those
no,
were
no,
good. Those were good camps.
No, speaking of the beauty of friendships,
Uh-huh.
I went down to Austin, and Nick and I finally watched The Room, and then followed up with watching
love The
The
Room.
Disaster Artist.
How is that? Because I've seen The Room like 2 or 3
Where
times.
did you find a copy of The Room? Because I
See,
can't
that,
find
that's,
online.
the, that's the thing. We had a.
I torrented it.
We didn't torrent it. We watched it on I think Putlocker or something.
Yeah.
It was our last resort because it doesn't stream anywhere.
No,
What you think Netflix would have been like? Hey, Disaster Artist coming out.
Yeah.
we should definitely
gonna
get The
definitely
Room
do this.
because it's so cheap
And
and
you think
shitty.
that Tommy Wiseau guy who's riding the shit like a
Like a-
16-inch dick would want to make some money off of the original property.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like they continuously show it. It's kind of like the next Rocky Horror that like a lot of theaters will like continuously show it, and people will like have like gags that you could go along with it. But man, like what a strange experience The Room is.
Oh yeah.
I don't know anything about it.
Okay, so basically, so Tommy Wiseau, for the longest time, recently he finally admitted like he's from Europe. But before
Did
that,
he?
with James Franco on talk show.
Because even on Kimmel, when he went on Kimmel for The Disaster Artist, he said he was from New Orleans this time.
I
yeah.
don't understand what's
Okay,
what
so
is- what's the deal.
That was a sidetrack. So
Okay.
basically, he always refused to say how old he was or where he was from. But it's very clear that he was much older than he said he was, and that he was clearly not from America. He would always say he was from New Orleans, and his accent was from New Orleans.
Okay.
which is
definitely
obviously a lie.
not.
But anyways, so and the Disaster Artist goes into the making of The Room. He and his friend Greg Sesteros, who when they met, Greg was 19, and Tommy was trying to say, "Oh yeah, I'm 19 as well." It's like he looks
No,
like
you're
he's
not.
30. He was like 30 at the time. They moved down to L.A. from San Francisco to pursue acting. They both want to be big movie stars,
Okay.
and they just don't have any luck. And so like Greg just throws out a comment like, "If only we could make our own movie." And Tommy Wiseau was like, "That is a perfect idea." The weird thing about Tommy Wiseau is, we don't know this either, for some reason, he seems to have unlimited money.
Yeah.
Because he spent we don't know for sure, but roughly $6 million of his own money
Yeah, to make that movie.
to produce The Room.
Okay.
Now, Tommy Wiseau, originally he wrote the film believing it was going to be the next big actual like drama, like an actually good film.
Okay.
But this was his first time directing, his first time acting on screen.
Yeah.
And to say the least, he didn't quite get it. All right, but he went in with the actual intention of making a good film. What we get is probably objectively one of the worst films ever made.
Oh yeah.
But it's very entertaining to watch. Some people love it so much. Like, if I ever watched it again, it would have to be like with you since you haven't seen it, or at like an event. I couldn't just sit there and watch it by myself.
No, it's
But-
pretty painful, but like yeah, if you're watching it with a group, it's easy to
Yeah.
make fun of and stuff.
And just like the acting is all strange, it's all stale. It's very stale acting, and then suddenly it's like very dramatic acting because
hi
Tommy
there,
Wiseau has this
doggy.
idea like, I want powerful emotion. I'm not going to try his accent. It's always
I
changing.
want powerful emotion.
That's pretty good, yeah. But it's just totally insane. And like the first 15 minutes of the film, there's 2 sex scenes.
Yep.
And there's 5 sex scenes total, 2 of which are just the same footage.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And like the only thing like nothing really happens. Like within the first 15 minutes we learn that like the character Lisa, Johnny's Tommy Wiseau's character's girlfriend, cheats on him.
Sorry,
Until like
Johnny.
the end of the film, it's just the same thing over and over of like, you should tell him I'm not gonna, I only care about myself. You should tell him. It's just that over and over until finally it's revealed and tragedy happens.
Well, so is this it's a drama?
It's
Or-
supposed
It's
to be a
supposed
drama.
to be. It's more of a comedy the way
It's
it
an
comes off.
accidental, hilarious comedy.
Okay.
Yeah.
It
so
is.
I thought it was a horror movie or something.
No.
Oh, there was that other movie that won an Oscar like
There
a
is
couple
another
years
movie
ago
called
called
Room.
Room with Brie
Room.
Larson.
Which is objectively a good film, from what I
Yeah.
understand.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But no, it's just like
This movie came out what
2003.
Okay.
The room came out 2003.
Yeah.
Tommy Wiseau paid more of his own money to keep it in theaters for 2 weeks in hopes it would qualify for the Oscars.
Which it did
But-
not.
Like, you really can't explain the room beyond what I just did. You have to.
You just
it's
have
like
to
the
watch
Matrix.
it.
But,
You have to see
he's
it for
making like
yourself.
crazy money though right now.
He's
Well,
making some
yeah.
kind of money because
He's doing tours.
he's been doing tours
believe.
basically since 2003.
Yeah.
And obviously he's got some kind of
For the last
royalty
15
checks.
years he's been doing tours.
Yeah, because people love this film. Like
Yeah.
it's a cult classic. People love how bad it is and how like comical it is. Like it's funny. Like Nick and I were laughing the whole time.
Yeah.
I gotta watch this now.
I watched it a couple years ago because it's one of I know you're gonna hate me. I was watching some PewDiePie videos, and that's like one
I'm
of
gonna
his.
hate you for that.
I don't know. You'll probably fucking hate him. But that's one of his favorite movies. And that was like 2 or 3 years before they said they were making a a whole room thing. So like I wanted to check it out, just like the full thing, because at least from his video it looked hilarious.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's like I feel like they were nice Bolen. I feel like they recorded the audio at the same time they filmed it, but a lot of times it looks like the lips don't match up
No,
to what they're
it
saying.
looks like really bad ADR.
Yeah.
But you know,
What is ADR?
additional dialogue recording.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like from what you learned in the Disaster Artist is that like he wanted to shoot it on film and digital at the same time. So that might explain why some of the framing
That
is so
could be
bad.
it, yeah.
Because like
So
they
bad.
so
So
bad.
So bad.
So, but yeah, like I said, like the room beyond what I explained, it's like kind of like the Matrix. Like you have to see it to understand it. Yeah.
Well, maybe I'll give it a try sometime.
It's good.
Where do you find
I haven't
it?
seen the
Oh, hi,
sequel, so I
John.
don't know.
You can buy the DVD on Amazon.
Honestly, just Google The Room full movie and you'll get it.
Yeah,
Gotcha,
you
but-
can buy the DVD on Amazon, or
Yeah.
you can. Nick and I found it on Putlocker.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Footlocker?
Putlocker.
Oh, it's like why? I thought you said. I was like, why is Footlocker offering movies now?
Footlocker.com. Full length illegal streaming movies.
yeah.
It's funny.
But it's
new
a riot.
business.
And the Disaster Artist, you don't need to see the room to watch the Disaster Artist. It just adds a little extra like,
But yeah,
I see what's coming. Oh, damn. You know.
I was gonna ask that. How is the Disaster Artist? I haven't
It's really
seen
good.
it. Yeah.
According to Tommy Wiseau, it's only 40% true, but it's based on a book
Okay.
that Greg, his friend, wrote.
So it's probably
it's
more true than he says.
Probably more true than it says, because like there are times when Tommy Wiseau is definitely not a nice guy
And a liar.
and a liar and like very like you can see why, like, because like, there's weird parts in the room that it's like so weirdly self-serving. Like he goes into a flower shop and
That's where the dog is.
yeah, like hi doggy.
Hi, doggy.
The flower shop owner's like, oh, I didn't recognize you. Which how can you not recognize Tommy Wiseau?
Yeah, he looks like kind of looks like a school shooter in a little bit. Like he's got like a long dark.
He looks like
coat.
Dracula with long hair.
Yeah, or the dude from Hatred.
Yeah.
a little
Yeah.
bit. Yeah,
But the shop owner just goes, "You're my favorite customer." It's just like a weird like throwaway line.
yeah, and all the lines are spoken like without emotion sometimes,
Yeah.
or just like with the wrong emotion implied.
And like
on
some
it.
things just don't come back. Like Lisa's mother's like, "I have breast cancer." It's never brought up again in the film.
Yeah,
It's so strange. It's a
Facts of
surreal
life, you know?
experience.
yeah,
Facts of life.
it's a good
Yeah.
movie.
Well, maybe we can check it out sometime.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. All right. Nice. You guys got anything else?
I went gun shopping this weekend.
Oh yeah.
I went looking for
Glock
I
34.
went looking for a Glock 34, and I left the show with 4 loaves of banana bread and a tub of shea butter.
So did you not find a Glock, or
I did, but I didn't
you
realize
just only had so much money? and you
like
were
I had the money, and I had one picked out,
yeah.
and I was gonna buy it, and then the cash only price, I didn't have cash, and like
Gotcha.
if they charge you like an extra $200
For
if you
card?
don't use cash.
Oh, that booth did.
yeah.
Wow.
that-
Yeah.
that-
Booth I went
That's
to did
because they don't want to track the purchase.
But even more interesting than that, Grayson was with me. Grayson's got a Glock and everything, and
Well, I
he
mean,
knows
he
about
was
gun assemblies and stuff because
Right.
he went to the police academy and all that. And one guy tried to sell me a handgun illegally. It was
wow.
really, it was like, wow.
Like there weren't all the parts there.
He
or
goes,
what?
just show me your license and you be yours for cash.
Wow.
No background check
Wow.
done.
That's
so
rough.
so you're telling me at the gun shows that probably should be illegal because they're selling
They're-
things.
Yeah.
That and most
that
and
shady
most
shit's going on.
like most booths, like they had most booths each had like a designated table for you to sit down and fill out your background check.
Yeah,
But
like
this
mine,
guy-
the serial number on my firearm is like tied to my name.
Okay.
You know, because of the background check and because of the paperwork.
And this guy, his name was Ron. I'll go and tell
Ron.
who the
Yeah,
fuck
call
he
him
was.
out, man. Let's go.
Yeah.
Fucking
What's
Ron.
the first thing he's gonna do? Shoot you?
Yeah,
Yes.
he was a big, fat, gross guy, and somebody else had said, "Hey, Ron has a Glock 34 for sale. You should go check out his
Okay.
booth in the corner." So I went to Ron. He had a Glock 34. Had like it already had some like custom work done. It had like a special sight and like
Yeah.
it had like a upgraded trigger and stuff, and it was like $650. And he was like,
Okay.
he was like, "Hey, just give me your license and the cash, and it's yours."
Was Grayson like, you better be glad I'm not a cop anymore?
No. Grayson just pulled me aside, and he was like, I wouldn't have let you buy that from him.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, isn't that like illegal what he just tried to do?
Yes.
Right.
And Grayson goes, highly.
Yeah.
And he was like, shooters exist because of people like that guy.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, fuck
That's
you,
rough.
Ron.
Yeah. Come on,
Mm.
Ron.
Yeah, it was
So-
really gross.
I
wonder if it was
feel
like a
like
sting.
this will be a different answer because we live in Texas. Can you buy automatic weapons at a gun show? Because I felt like
I think there
automatic
is- I-
weapons were illegal,
I think there is a law
but
but like you can, you just
you
flip
could
a
totally
switch.
mod a semi-auto to be auto.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
But yeah, it was very weird, and I don't think I'll be buying a gun from a private seller.
yeah.
Like,
No.
I think I'll just be buying from like Academy or something like that. Like I'll spend the extra money
That's where my roommate
because it was
got
just
his,
like,
yeah.
ugh.
That the whole scene, you guys know, it just makes me so uneasy.
Yeah,
Really?
and that made me uneasy. Like I was very comfortable in there, and like
Everything about that scene makes me
yeah,
uneasy.
it's just like, oh my god.
I don't know. It seems so sketchy, so not right, so not.
It's not like
legal.
taking place away from cops or anything. Like I'm sure there were
Yeah, there
probably
were cops
there.
in there.
Of course
Yeah.
there were. I'm sure there's tons
Yeah.
of security.
But,
there.
you know,
Yeah.
that's what
I
I'm
mean,
saying.
everybody has a gun.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. Like,
Chelsea went with us, and Chelsea's uneasy about guns. She's never been around guns before, and but what she was freaked out about once she knew that like there was no loaded, like none of these.
You're not allowed to be
display guns
attacking,
were loaded.
basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like she was like, okay, and then we saw the knives. And
Yeah.
Chelsea has a phobia about like getting stabbed or getting her wrists cut, or like if people commit suicide in movies.
Right.
She's like, no. She's like, no. But like, there's all these guns around, and she sees a table of knives, and she's like, it was
I got a
funny.
whole case of throwing knives from a gun show one time.
Yeah,
They're
fortunately,
good.
whenever I got my gun, it was like an actual like licensed Springfield distributor.
Oh yeah, was it? Yeah.
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 I know you did like a background check and everything, but like,
Yeah.
man, it was just like, oh, God,
Yeah, that's
so
uncomfortable.
gross.
But it was still
Yeah.
weird. Just the cop was like, "You bought the gun, you're good." I was like, "Okay, you don't want to look at it as I leave."
you don't want to look at this thing that
Well,
could kill people.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
Do you have to get registered before you can use it?
No.
No, you only need to get a concealed carry if you
Oh,
carry it
right.
on
That,
you.
that's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can transport it in your car,
Huh.
but you just can't have it on you.
I'll always remember Angel, director of Awesome Angel.
Yeah.
He's a gun guy, military guy.
Yeah.
He has a concealed
Carry.
handgun license, whatever. And he said I remember him saying he got pulled over on the way down, and Angel is like, he's like, I had my hands clearly on the steering wheel, and when the officer pulled up, he said, "Sir, I want to let you know that in my glove compartment right there is a gun. I am
Yeah,
a
he told me
concealed,
that.
and
Yeah.
he's like, and it was one of those things where like, why even put yourself in that situation? You know,
Because he's
Just,
probably gonna have to
a lot
open
of
that.
a lot
to
of
get into
lawyers
the
are
stuff.
like, if they don't ask, don't bring it up.
Mhm.
You know.
No, I hear you, but just in general, like,
Imagine but don't bring it up. I'm not.
no. I'm not saying him
No, no,
not
no, no,
telling.
no,
I'm
no.
saying like having the gun in the first place.
Yeah.
To be-
Well,
I'm
yeah.
saying like, if I get pulled over and I have a gun in my glove compartment, hell yeah, I'm gonna bring it up.
Absolutely.
Because I'm not gonna be like, oh, I'm not gonna let a cop see an
Well,
empty
if it's in
gun.
your glove compartment, yes.
Yeah,
of course.
yeah.
If you're like, oh, by the way,
I'm gonna bring it up no matter what.
but
Like,
if it's not in your glove compartment and like,
if it's not somewhere you're gonna be like visible.
yeah,
or,
and
like,
if they're
see.
not going to search your car, if they do search your car, then yes, bring it
Tell
up. But
them.
if it's in the back of your car, the lawyer's advice I've looked up is like, if you bring it up, they're going to bring more trouble to you. I'm not a lawyer. Don't take my advice. I'm just this is
That's
advice
what- yeah,
I have
yeah.
been given.
What you read online, somebody said don't bring it up.
From actual lawyers, not
Yeah,
just like
it's always
on a
don't say
forum by some
anything.
dickhead.
If you, yeah.
My brother had a they make holsters for you to attach to the bottom of your steering column.
Yeah.
So you can just go like this, like
God.
Yeah, that seems. Really
And those are legal.
good.
yeah.
Under no
America,
circumstance
America,
should that be
everybody.
legal. It's the
America.
same way.
It's
Like,
just,
yeah.
it's just so weird that,
No,
that
it
it's
is
just
strange. The whole,
Yeah.
the
See,
whole-
I think I'd get I'm 21 now, so I can buy a handgun.
you have to be 21 to buy a handgun.
do.
handgun, yeah.
Okay,
But
but
I
you can
think
buy a
I-
rifle if you're like 18.
18. Yeah.
See, like that's
Here's a bigger, stronger gun.
Yeah.
That's
Here's-
more
yeah.
accurate.
You could get an AR-15 when you're 18, but you have to wait to get a handgun when you're 21.
There
And that's because of concealed carry, because you're
Yeah,
not
of
supposed
course.
to be allowed to carry
Yeah.
guns around with you. But now
there
you
there have
can.
been
so.
times early in my life, not even early in my life, recently in the last few years that I've thought I could absolutely live in another country, like
Sweden?
mainly because
Canada.
no, mainly because I don't want to deal with number one, all the crap that's going on in the States, and the gun control NRA stuff, and like
Yeah.
and all the political stuff attached to that, and the fear of mass shootings and stuff that happens that don't even get reported on anymore. And it's like,
I do not support the NRA, by the way.
no, I don't.
it doesn't matter.
Yeah, yeah.
It
I'm
doesn't
saying.
it doesn't even matter, right? But just the simple idea of like, I've been like, really the only thing holding me back here, right? Because game attack can technically be done anywhere, right? We can stream
Online,
anything,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
We're in the cloud, man.
What's it? This was before game attack, by the way. Was
We can go anywhere you want. Game attack. I'm ready to move.
we're moving to Japan.
Okay.
But we, like the only thing holding me back here is like our parents. Like our parents live close, and that's awesome. Outside of that, we can go live in Thailand and pay $1 for noodles for lunch every day, and live like kings. Like how cool would that be, right? I don't know. It seems like so crazy to live in the United States as it's the land of opportunity, but it's just. I don't know, man. I don't know.
I feel like you're gonna find shit anywhere you go, though. There's no one like perfect country. out
No,
there.
there's
no,
not,
no.
except for
Yeah.
Iceland.
Yeah.
No.
Iceland is the best.
Iceland. Gunnar Stahl lives there, man.
I
What's
know.
up?
Yeah. There's a lot of strong people that live there.
Yeah. But anyways, I don't know.
That's true. I watched a
What a
documentary
weird
on
thing.
Netflix called
There's
Born
a-
Strong.
If there's a
And there
day
was,
where I'm just like, guys, I'm moving
to
to
Iceland.
Zimbabwe or whatever,
Well, that'd be
wherever it
different
is,
than
I'm just
Iceland, yeah.
I find a place and I'm like, I'm moving there. I'm moving to whatever. You can be like, okay, sounds good, and just accept it.
I wish you the best.
It's gonna be good. So, anyways,
Oh, Game Attack Eastland.
Eastland. Yeah, there you go. I like it.
East Attack.
East Attack.
Oh,
you be the
I'll be the Iceland correspondent. Sounds
Exactly,
Good.
yeah.
Sounds good. It'll be good. And we can stream from multiple spots at multiple
Yeah.
multiple time zones throughout the world. So,
Perfect.
and I'll be the cool guy who lives in Europe that has the American accent, like the Europeans who come over here and they have the cool accent.
Don't wear a baseball hat. I hear no one wears baseball hats in Europe.
I don't think it works like that in the other countries.
No, it doesn't.
though.
No, it
Does
doesn't.
Oh, American.
Well, it depends. I don't think like France. Like I'm pretty sure they hate us.
Yeah,
Jay says in Asia it works.
Asia, they love America.
yeah, they do.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
true. The 2 times I've been, it's been like you're a damn rock star.
Nice.
Yeah, it's really cool.
That's fun.
So, anyways, listen, I'm telling you, I would love to go to Japan.
I'm sure they
Do-
felt that
do-
way about Logan Paul when he was
How
there.
well? Yeah. Well, yeah. They hate all the gaijin, stupid gaijin coming in and
Right,
and
yeah.
fucking everything up.
Yeah.
But that's something I would love to do is and that's the beautiful thing about what we do is we can at any time take a trip, still stream, bring
Mm-hmm.
our computers, and still stream on our regular stream hours, which is amazing. So love it.
Awesome.
Thank you guys for allowing us to do that. So, anyways, all right, guys, that was. You guys, anything else?
I mean, I feel like how long have we been going? It's been
Just over an hour.
Oh, really? I feel like we've been gone much longer than
Yeah.
that.
yeah.
Dope.
You got anything else, Parker?
I'm good.
Okay, cool. Fun show. Tryhard69. Thanks again for Dollar Shave Club for showing up. Don't forget, all you patrons, you guys get to watch Try Harder coming up immediately after this. So if you're not a patron, I strongly suggest giving it a try. We got all sorts of exclusive stuff going up there just for you guys. So yeah, you guys, thanks so much for your support. We'll see you guys next week. Bye.